I come from a land of love.
Hi everyone, welcome back. So as you know, I'm a pretty newbie to Eco Powder, and I'm using my AR400 today, and that's from Harry and Wilma, which is an Australian brand. Now I've been having really good success with this, so I thought I'd show you what I've been doing. And as you may be aware, I've been doing some renos on my entertaining area, and I've been making tiles for this horrible, ugly wall on my bar, and I just wanted to add a touch of me to it. So I've already done this awesome mould, which is seashells. Hopefully you can see it. So I got this from Temu some time ago, and it's matte, and it just so happens I need 9 for this wall. So this wall, it's only a small wall, it's actually on the end of my, our bar out on our outdoor entertaining area. So I need 9. I've done 8. When you first see this mould, you think of bubbles, but I've been getting no bubbles. So I thought I'd show you how I do my eco pours. Now you're supposed to put your water in your bowl and add a little bit at a time, which it takes some time, and everybody else doesn't seem to do that, so I'm not doing that either anymore. So I've measured out my powder, which I need 240. Now make sure you work with a clean bowl. Make sure you don't have any residue or anything in your mould, and when you pour your powder in, you don't want little bits of powder in there either. So I'll just do this here carefully. So pop my powder in, and I've been working with my plastic paddle and a silicone bowl, because I find if I use a silicone bowl, it's hard to stir. So if you want to use a silicone stick, use a plastic bowl. Use the opposite, because silicone loves silicone and it sort of sticks, if you know what I mean. So plastic paddle, silicone bowl, and I'll just quickly measure out my water, which I need 80, because this is a 3:1 casting powder. So 240 grams, so that's 80 grams of water. 72, 4, 5, 6, 7, 81. Don't have to be precise, but I just find it works for me. So 80. Okay, pop them out of the road. Now I'm going to mix fairly slow, and always make sure that, you know, if you've got any powder on the sides of your bowl, you want to get all that nicely combined. Take your time, scrape your sides. It'll take a little bit, and then it starts to combine. So making sure there's no loose powder on my sides. And you can also do that with your stick, your paddle, or whatever you're using. And then I find sort of doing like going backwards and forwards slowly. Helps to combine. I'm going to go around my sides again, making sure there's nothing on there. Doing my little sort of backwards and forwards thing. Just want to make sure it's all combined, no lumps. And you'll find that there's no loose powder anywhere, because I think that sort of contributes to bubbles. And same if you get any loose powder in your mould. That's looking good. I'll clean off my paddle. Around my sides again. One more little quick back to forward. That's looking pretty good, I think. So yeah, I like this eco casting powder, and I'm not an affiliate, so I'm not just saying, you know, they're wonderful because I get free eco powder. That's not the case. I bought it from Harry and Wilma because you can get a big 10 kilo tub, so which I like to buy things in bulk. So I've been spritzing my mould with my isopropyl alcohol, and then I'm just going to pour in really slowly. Just make sure I sort of get it into all the little nooks and crannies, as they say. The other eco casting powder I like is the ones that you buy off Timo. I think they're quite good too, but I can't get them in bulk here in Australia. Like, you can only get a certain size, which is like a small packet. So yeah, that's why I went with Harry and Wilma, because they were having a big sale and I could get a 10-kilo bucket and it was a really good price. I'm just going to fill this up, and why it's sitting on puddle pop sticks is because it is a little bit lopsided, fortunately. Just want to make sure my little bits are covered. And then just when you get to the last little bit, it sort of starts to get thick. Just be careful with that, because you know that can sort of create bubbles, but I sort of need that because I need to fill these little bits on my tile, which I'll probably have a couple of little holes, but that won't matter for what I'm doing, as long as it's not all bubbly. Yeah, that's it. And now's a good time to clean up any of your edges, because you don't want to move this now, because it will crack. So it's not too bad. It will go over sort of flow here because, as I said, it's lopsided. I'm not going to fiddle there too much. I'll fix that after it's cured. Right, I'll just quickly clean my bowl, which is really easy clean up with the Eco. It's just so quick and easy. Purple wet one, more isopropyl. And my little drips. So that's all done. Bowl's done, ready for next time. Paddle's done, ready for next time. So come back when this is ready to cure, and then I'll show you the other tiles I've done and what I'm going to do with them. See you soon. Okay, so I'm back, and it's probably been about 45 minutes. So it's well and truly right to go. It's cold. Trying to get rid of my mess. I just find the easiest way to do it, like this. And all of them, that little piece breaks off, so I'm not too worried about that. There we go. Not bad. Snap that bit off. But yeah, I don't know if you can see that. No bubbles. Oh, there might be like one or two little imperfections, but you can't really notice it. But that's pretty good, I reckon. And they've all turned out like that. So yeah. So I've got a stack of them drying down there on the floor. But just sort of been getting my dotting tool, which is hiding. There it is. And just sort of carefully snap this off. And then sort of just going in there with my dotting tool and snapping that excess off. That's it. A little bit there. And then you can clean it up with some sandpaper or a little file. Yeah, so that's my tiles. And they're just going to go on my bit of wood. It'll be three across and 3 down. Fit there perfectly. So I'll show you that in a little sec. So I'll pop this one over here to dry with the others. and then I'll take you on a little tour. I'll see you soon. Welcome to my kitchen bench, everyone. So I've got all my tiles done, well, sort of, minus that piece of glitter in that one. So I did my 9 tiles. As you can probably count, there's only 8 because I dropped, it's an empty cardboard box and it landed on this one and snapped it. And then I had the brainwave of thinking, why didn't I add epoxy to my EcoPour? Because if you follow a few of the other guys, the other resin artists about, they've been adding epoxy to their Eco and it makes it even stronger. And I was like, oh, dirt, Lisa. But anyway, I'm just going to go with this because if they were tiny little things, I probably wouldn't worry about it, but you know what I'm like. So I've got some matte sealer. I like this one. It's really easy to apply. It's from, well, I get it from Harry and Wilma. So I'll list it in the description box. But it's basically, it's like water, but it's a matte finish. So I'm just putting some in this plastic cup. Hopefully I've got enough. If not, I'll just have to get some more. And I've got this, I like using this little brush. This is a little one I got from Temu. It's a real soft brush. So I've done these two. Basically, we're just going to dunk our brush it on. Now these are really textured, so you sort of got to get in between all the little seashells and whatnot. But yeah, really easy to apply. Just, it's actually like putting water on there. That's what it feels like. But it is sealer. I'm just making sure that giving everything a good coat. You don't have to particularly wear gloves with it, but you know me. Been painting and stuff, so you can imagine what my fingernails like. Not a good look. Yeah, just apply this on. So I'll probably pop you on a little fast forward because I'm sure you've got the gist of it by now of what to do. So they are hard to tell that you've sealed them basically because you can't see it because it's matte, but I know I've done those too. Well, hopefully. If I picked up the right ones. I'll probably do a double coat on all of them, I'd say, once this dries, which doesn't take long at all. So, thanks for joining me in my kitchen. Okay, see you soon, guys. So this is my bar. And this is where my tiles are going to go. So, I'm going to show you the before. And then once I've got my tiles stuck on, I'll show you the after. So all finished now, and I just stuck them on with tiler's glue, and when that dried I just grouted all in between the gaps and all around and done. Let me know what you guys think.